you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. My dentist was very right, Robin. I clearly remember when I was about 20 years old, he gave me some fillings. He said, well, that should last you about 40 years. Uh-huh. And I thought, well, 40 years, that's great. I'm never going to have to worry about these things. Turned 60 this year.
Yep.
This summer, I lost a filling. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I mean, he's like, he knew it. He knew right away.
Yeah.
Do you know the one thing that I wish we would improve on in our health policies with insurance, and we're not talking about insurance right now. We're going to talk about dental work, but I wish our health insurance would catch up in the dental world. Don't you?
Yeah,
don't you think
I do.
They're it's kind of not up there where it should be, unless I just don't have a good provider. I don't know.
No, we can't afford that.
But anyway, so we are talking about dental work, and Chuck Stapleton is on the phone. He works with digital dentistry. We'll find out what that means. He's a developer of computer-aided design, and he's the chief operating officer of Sun Dental Labs. He's talking to us today about the coming trends in dentistry and the potential for making dental procedures a lot less agonizing. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Chuck. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. Doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Your counterpart 40 years ago was dead on. He knew. He knew that 40 years is about how long they last. That's amazing to me that you guys can know that. So where are you? Where are you calling from?
Down here in St. Pete.
In St. Pete? You're not too far away.
Yeah, pretty close by.
So we have questions. Can you grow teeth yet? No, that's not in the works yet, can you? Is it?
Actually, yeah. There's research out there right now where they have been able to grow teeth in some rodents and a few patients. Unfortunately, though, a crown is still needed for the procedure. So you can grow some of the root structure back, but you still need to cap it with an artificial tooth. But that's in very early stages. It hasn't gone through.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. But can I ask you kind of a personal question? I hope it's not insensitive. How long have you been doing this?
I've been involved with dental since I was 12. So my dad owned a dental lab, actually.
Oh, okay.
And I started working there. Yeah.
So that's how many years? How many years are we talking about?
That's 23 years.
Okay, and so the only reason I'm asking is because, you've got enough years for this next question. I was only trying to set you up for this question. The question is, you must have, it's not really a question, I'm just making an observation. You must have seen the changes because in radio, in everything, in recording studios, Robin and I work in that field as well. I mean, technology has changed everything. We had to relearn so much. I'm guessing it's true for you, what you do as well.
It is true, but it's only happened in about the past 5 years or so.
Is that right?
Yeah, prior to that, they've been doing things the same way they have for the last century, pretty much, the last 70 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, everything's been very manual, and just recently it started to take off into the digital world.
Can you take somebody who has lost their teeth and replace their teeth with artificial teeth? I don't know if you're calling them dentures or implants or what we're calling them. And make them look like the teeth that they lost?
You actually can. So there's a few ways you can do that. You can try and do it from photos, which can be a little difficult because those are only two-dimensional. But there are actually these digitizing devices out there. We call them intraoral scanners. And if you go to your dentist and they can actually take a 3D scan of your teeth, and if they take a 3D scan prior to you losing your teeth, when you come back in, if for whatever reason to get them replaced, it can be recreated from that three-dimensional scan that you took a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever it might be.
Okay, so but there has to be some reference to what your teeth used to look like.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay. And if you don't have that information, what do you do? Just take the best shot at it you can?
Yep, just take the best shot at it you can. Like for Sun Dental Labs here, we have technicians that are trained in this. They know pretty much what the tooth should look like and what sort of anatomy to put on it, and we try our best to recreate.
And I guess maybe what I'm drawing from here is, okay, I was a kid in the 60s, and I had a friend whose father owned a deli. And he had all of his teeth removed and had complete dentures put in. And the first time I saw him, it was like, whoa, that's a totally different smile. I mean, that's not, that looks so weird. But now when you hear about somebody getting completely new teeth, they look beautiful. It's amazing what you guys are able to do.
Yeah, it's really incredible, and that's a big part of it is the cosmetic side. Whether it's getting a denture or getting veneers or getting crown and bridge work done, it can really change how a person looks and how they're actually perceived by others.
Is there a possibility that the implants can be rejected?
What do you mean by rejected?
By the human body not wanting the implants in there.
No, the material that they use actually for implants is a titanium, and it's something called osseointegration. It integrates with the bone very well, and it's extremely biocompatible. So the chance of a rejection is almost zero. It's a higher chance that it'll probably fracture or break or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so far we've kind of been unfair because we're old and we're asking old people's teeth questions. Obviously, there's dental work that happens to you when you're 20. I had some myself. So would the filling that I had 40 years ago be different today?
It probably would be different today. So I'm guessing you had an amalgam filling. It was a metal material, something like that. Okay, so today they're using more composite materials. Amalgam is still a valid material and it works well, but there was a little bit of concern about some mercury in it and things like that. So now they have moved to composites. It's a little more aesthetic. You don't see the metal. It looks more like the tooth shade. So yeah, I think things have advanced a little bit.
Do we have a way of stopping decay rather than drilling and filling?
Stopping decay, you have to stop it pretty early. So if the decay is still in the enamel or outer layers of your teeth, it can actually be regrown or remineralized. Once it gets through that outer layer, though, then that's when you start having cavities. You got to get drilled, get a crown. Yeah.
Is it easier to diagnose if a person has cancer in the mouth using digital dentistry?
There's new digital devices to do that, actually. So they have these, they're almost like monocle type devices, and they shine a UV light in the mouth. And the oral cancer lights up a different color. So whereas before it was just a visual inspection, I think you have oral cancer, let's get a biopsy. Now they're much more accurate with these intraoral viewing devices.
So digital dentistry is a term, it sounds easy. I mean, I have no idea what it means, though. So explain what that is and how we benefit from it in general.
Okay, all right, I will. So I'll start with what's traditional dentistry, so people get an idea of that. So traditional dentistry is you go into the doctor, they find out you have a cavity, they're going to drill your teeth, and then they take an impression, and they stick that impression tray in your mouth. I don't know if you guys have had that done.
I had that done. Yeah, it's awful. It makes you choke.
Yeah, exactly. It makes everybody gag. It doesn't feel good or anything like that. So that's the traditional procedure. Then they send that off to a dental lab and have the crown made. What we bring with digital dentistry now, though, is the patient no longer needs to have to deal with that impression and the inaccuracies and the time that goes along with it. Like when you had your procedure done, you probably had to wait 3 weeks or 2 weeks to get the restoration back. I'm guessing something along that timeline. With digital dentistry, actually, the patient can go into the office. They're still going to have to get a shot, still going to have to get drilled, but at least for taking the impression portion, this intraoral or 3D scanner can go through the mouth and create a 3D CAD file or a 3D rendering of it. And then that data is sent off to a manufacturing center where the crown or restoration is produced, and it's returned to the dentist within a week. There's some other advantages to that as well. It's much more accurate. So you're going to end up with a better product in the end than somebody having to build something up by hand. And then the longevity of the product is also much longer because now we can use new materials. We can machine things. We're not doing it all by hand anymore.
Oh wow! And this does this make work easier for you as a dentist?
Actually, I'm not a dentist. I'm a dental lab technician.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's all right. That's right. Not a lot of people know about the that side of it. But it does make the work easier for a dentist. So they don't have to spend as much time taking impressions, worrying about something going wrong. They can literally just run the scanner over the patient's teeth, send it off to a dental lab like us. It's manufactured, and then return back to them in a few days.
Oh, okay. Well, I am looking forward to hearing more from this. If you have any questions, this is a good time to call. We'll take a break and be right back. Chuck Stapleton is on. We're talking about the coming trends in dentistry. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Intervals of clouds and sunshine on this Wednesday with a shower or thunderstorm in parts of the area. Highs ranging from 71 at the coast to 78 inland. Partly cloudy tonight, lows ranging from the mid-50s inland to about 63 along the coast. Tomorrow, periods of clouds and sun, high 74 to 78. And on Friday, mostly sunny, the high 76 to 80. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Where am I going to hide the presents so my family can't see what I got them for Christmas? Hey, I know. Neighborhood Storage has units for only $20 till the end of the year. Yep, Elf Storage. With 20 locations, Neighborhood Storage is easy to find and use and only $20. Elf Storage. I mean, Neighborhood Storage. So when you rent the unit before the end of the year and mention WOCA, get a free t-shirt. Neighborhood Storage. I like it. New customers and additional units only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
The 2015 Ocala Christmas Parade is December 12th. WOCA is broadcasting live from Hires-Baxley's front porch. Here's your chance to join us. Hires-Baxley will be offering preferred parking spaces for a minimum donation of $6 per car. And all the funds raised go directly to the Ritz Veterans Village. Your donation not only includes a parking space, but also access to restrooms, hot cocoa, and even cookies. So bring your chairs and blankets. Parking begins at 3:30 on a first-come, first-served basis, so don't delay. Get a great spot while helping a great cause. For any questions, call Hires-Baxley at 352-629-7171.
Right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. On the phone, Chuck Stapleton. We're talking about the current trends in dentistry, digital dentistry, the future of dentistry, and all of that. I'm guessing when you're gathering with your family for this holiday season, I bet your teeth don't come up. I bet you never bring them up. You know why? Because you're probably embarrassed by them, right? Or something, or something. Unless it's like your child, and you say, "Oh man, you got to do something about that broken tooth in the front," or something like that. It's probably embarrassing to him or her too, right?
Oh, sure.
You would think.
You don't want to smile.
So Chuck is on the phone down in St. Petersburg at the Sun Dental Labs down there, and it says on my notes here that you are also with facilities in the United Kingdom, Sweden, France, and the Netherlands, Germany, and China. Wow.
Yes.
And in L.A. Wow. They're all on my wish. Let's see. I don't think there's a couple of these on. No, China's not on my bucket list, but everything else is on my bucket list. No, I'd like to go to China.
Why is dentistry not deemed as important a part of healthcare as like heart surgery, broken bones, things like that? Because people really need to have a healthy mouth.
Absolutely. I think part of it comes down to that people can tolerate pain a little bit. If you got a toothache, you can push off that procedure, save a little money, and kind of deal with it for a period of time. So I think the urgency really isn't there to get everything fixed as it is for, let's say, a heart issue or some other medical.
Yeah, that might be true.
Condition.
Yeah. So let's talk about the digital stuff again. I remember sitting in the dentist's seat after having not gone to a dentist for a very long time. So what I'm doing now is jumping ahead the 40 years from the filling to the to when it finally came out. And I was amazed at how they show you what your condition looks like with this big high definition screens and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. There's intraoral cameras have come a long way, so they can actually go in and take pictures of it. Even digital X-ray systems now, so they don't have to use film X-ray anymore. They're using more CT scanners. They can show you a 3D view of your mouth, and even using the intraoral scanners. Yeah, go ahead.
Does the work that you do? I'm guessing it does, but maybe you can explain how it does it. Does it take into account the bite? I mean, that's always been a part of when you have teeth done. They always tell you to bite down so they can fix it so that your bite is correct.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very key part of the whole process, and not just a static bite. Where you bite down once. The movement from side to side, the excursion movements. That's very important. And actually, so in the past, if we were building a crown or a denture, that would have to be all done by hand. Somebody would sit there and put the dentures together and move them and see if the bite was okay. But with digital dentistry now, from a digital scan, it can all be done by a computer with a computer-aided designer. The machine checks the bite, makes sure everything's okay before it goes off to manufacturing. So things in that regard have improved.
Are we getting to a point where we don't have to have denture cream? I mean, they'll be staying in our mouth without any glue.
I think short of getting implants and a denture attached to it, that's going to be around for a while.
Oh, that is going to be around for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that might be more comfortable for some people, though, right? Am I right about that?
Yeah, it actually is, and the denture doesn't move at all. So it's actually called an overdenture, and you get about 4 implants placed, and then the denture just locks into it, and it can be removed and taken out and cleaned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had a friend one time, and he was playing softball with his company team, and he got hit in the mouth and broke his jaw, and then they had to wire his jaw up. This was about 25 years ago, and he had to, the way he got nutrition was to sip through a straw. Has that part of the dental procedures improved also as to how you reset jaws and the recovery time?
The recovery time has improved. The procedure though is still the same. It's you still have to get everything wired and still have to get the surgery done. But at least there's a better idea of what's going on because of the improvements in CT scanners and digital X-rays. They can make sure that things heal correctly.
Oh, excellent.
So since you're in Florida, you could answer this question very knowledgeably. I've often been told, look, if you want to get good dental work done, you've got to get out of Florida. And I thought, come on, we've got good doctors here.
Yeah.
But I guess in a way to make this a fair question, do we have pockets of the country that are behind with the dental work?
Areas of the country that are behind, not really. I mean, we deal nationally, so not just within Florida and internationally as well. And we don't really notice a difference from one area to another, whether it's the Northeast, Midwest, whether it's in Florida. So everybody gets the same level of education. The dental schools are when a student comes out, they move anywhere in the country, so that information kind of disseminates everywhere.
And is it the same for pediatric dentistry?
Pediatric dentistry it actually is a field that I don't have much experience with because they typically don't do restorations for kids. So it's an area that we don't.
Oh, okay,
we
that
don't
makes
touch
sense.
that much.
Yeah.
Has a dentistry involved into the digital world because of the use of animation in movies?
It's moving there, I think, because patients are becoming more aware, actually. So they can do more research. They can go online. They can find out about what one dentist offers versus another one, and they're asking more questions. Whereas in the past, it was, I'll go to my dentist and I'll trust whatever they tell me, and I'm not going to sort of question anything. But people are better educated now. They know They know the right questions to ask, and I think that's really been sort of spurring this push to digital dentistry.
So somebody who had a procedure done, let's say 10 years ago, they're listening to you talk right now, and he's saying, "Gosh, I wish this was around back then." Can they get the thing? Can they get it all done, redone?
If it was done 10 years ago, I wouldn't recommend getting anything redone, right? Because if it's working now, why try to fix it? But if they're going in for a new procedure, I mean, absolutely they should ask about things like, are they using digital X-rays? Is the doctor using an intraoral scanner? They even have devices now for people that are concerned about getting their teeth drilled, where you hold a little button, and if you're concerned about the drilling, you can push the button and it stops the drill for you.
Oh,
so
my!
A lot of things. Yeah. So there's a lot of things out there that have improved. There's even devices that when providing an injection, it's no longer just the needle. The device, the needle actually has a vibration to it. So you only feel the vibration. You don't feel the injection going in. So there's quite a few things that have changed since even 5 years ago that people should ask about.
Has the cost gone up?
The cost actually has not gone up significantly. It hasn't gone up at all as far as what we've seen. And in our fields, particularly in the dental lab space, our prices are going down because when you go digital, things can be made by machine, it can be more automated, and you're not as dependent on manual labor.
My dentist had done that vibrating thing, but he would take his fingers on my cheek, and then he would keep moving, flapping the cheek back and forth as he put the needle in. So I thought that was
my uncle used
pretty
to do that.
Clever of him.
Yeah, definitely. And so now they have devices that do that for them automatically, so you're distracted while you're getting the injection.
My uncle used to do that to me.
Sorry.
We have a phone call. I just really quickly squeeze somebody in. Good morning. You're on the air. Thank you for calling.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm very fortunate to have a good dentist with a great staff and never had any problems. But my question to you is, people that are concerned about having all these amalgam fillings removed for health reasons, I just wanted to get your opinion on that. And I'll hang up, get the answer, and thanks for being on the air.
That's a really good question. Yeah.
Yeah, that is an excellent question. There's been, I know there's been concern about the amalgam fillings and the mercury in it. From everything that I've read, that's not something to be concerned about. It's inert. There's never been a study that's shown that it's actually caused any issues. It's not like free-floating mercury. It's mixed with a bunch of other metals to make sure that it doesn't. There's no leakage or any issues with it. So as far as we're concerned in our industry, there is no issue with the amalgam.
Are your labs high purity that you work in?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Are your labs high purity in their environment that you work in with everything that you need to create to make people's teeth better?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We keep a very clean environment. Everything we use is biocompatible. We disinfect everything as soon as it comes in the door and before it leaves. It really is a very clean manufacturing facility.
Earlier we said something when Robin asked a question about insurance, that a lot of people just don't get things done because they tolerate the pain. But every once in a while, there's a story about somebody who died from an infection that started in their gums. Mm-hmm. So it really is. I mean, it goes without saying that when you hear a story like that, don't take anything. Don't take anything lightly. You got a pain, you go have it taken care of or looked at anyway, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's been studies that have shown links between periodontal issues and heart disease. There are abscesses, infections that can spread. So I mean, definitely get it checked out right away.
So what we need to know before you say goodbye is for the listeners who want to be more educated about digital dentistry specifically, do you have a website for them?
You can go to sundentallabs.com, and we have a wealth of information there. It's mainly targeted toward dentists, but it is good for the patient to become educated on that information for when they're going in.
Is sugar the main culprit still?
Actually, genetics is a bigger culprit than sugar.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. Let me tell you about my brother who drinks beer. I have a brother who drinks beer. And he's got like no cavities. I've never been a beer drinker, but a soda drinker. Okay. And I did have cavities. So, and I've always thought, well, maybe the alcohol killed the germs, and that's why he was always so bad. I don't know. Maybe he just picked up better genetics than me in that regard, right?
Yeah. That could be the case.
Well, gosh, you've got a lot of information, Chuck. Thank you for being on the air with us today. SunDentalLabs.com is the website that we got from Chuck Stapleton. That's really good information. I think you would probably be okay to have a few sweets this holiday season, right?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not stopping.
Just brush your teeth afterwards, that's all. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you for being on the air with us today.
Okay, great. Thanks, Larry and Robin. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WO.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Donald Trump says his proposal to ban Muslims from entering the country wouldn't be permanent.
In an interview with Barbara Walters last night, Trump said that he is the worst thing that's ever happened to ISIS and defended his plan, saying it would only be temporary until the U.S. can get its act together.
Fox's Garrett Tenney. The suspect in the Colorado Springs Planned Parenthood killing spree has a court date today where he'll hear the charges against him.
Robert Deere is scheduled to appear in court today for the second time, this time to be formally charged with first-degree murder, trespassing, and attempted murder. He's been held without bond since the attack on Black Friday. Defense attorneys have asked the judge to issue a gag order today to prevent potential jurors from learning any more about the case before it goes to trial.
Brenda Stewart with Fox affiliate KOA in Denver. Germany's Angela Merkel is Time Magazine's Person of the Year. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Meet Vince. Vince hurt himself mountain biking on Saturday.
Because weekend warrior.
Because noob.
Hey.
Vince is supposed to host an important presentation, but he's not going anywhere in that cast. What should he do?
Rhetorical question.
Vince should try GoToMeeting, the simple way to host meetings online, complete with video conferencing and screen sharing. Send out a meeting link